Sports, no bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wild card game. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. With a play fake to Jacobs. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
To Michael Thomas.
A big play there on the first play of the game. 53 yards.
Raiders.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Quickly here to Thomas. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr caught by the tight end Ertz. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
The Raider first down.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Carr to throw again. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
First down, Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
You got 4. 41, Mike. 41, Mike. I got one.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Carr completes it, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
1st down, Raiders.
Now on 1st down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
Carr's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Jacobs. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Taking 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Jets 0.
They'll try the option on 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw right side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Carr to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll run with Jacobs. Now he's going to be very close to a 1st down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal.
And goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They go with Jacobs, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Raiders add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
From the 29, Winston. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Now Leonard Fournette, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Winston. And able to find out on Lazard. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43.
Check 50. Check 50.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Brought down at the 31.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Easy. 4 down. Easy.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 2nd and 9, Winston. And it's caught off the deflection. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
Winston's pass.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
41's coming. Wait. Let's go. Check safety. 41 Mike. You got another one.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Mike 41. You got to waste that.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 23-yard line.
On 2nd and 15 now. Winston. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
3rd and 2.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And this one is right through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Fournette running out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Again, it's Fournette. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
52's the mic. 52's the mic. Here we go. Here we go. 1 and 2. Check.
From the 30 on second down, Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Check that. Who's trying to see?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Hunt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Michael Thomas, 49 yards, and the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And the throw there gonna be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Fielded just inside the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And right away, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side.
Complete.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, A lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's got this down to the 35. Give them 12 yards that time at a Las Vegas first.
35-yard line. A gain of 12. And a Las Vegas first down.
Check 53 flight. Bring it.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Shotgun now for Carr. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
To Michael Thomas.
23 yards on the play. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6. At the Jets' 8-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he completes it to Hunt. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And Parkey's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28-31. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm here all day. Out, 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 out.
Jameis to throw it. Flush to his right. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game, because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Taking no gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41.
Winston. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Makes the score Raiders 31, Jets 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here.
Tonight's final score, Raiders.
And I know it's